What do people not take seriously enough? A friend of mine is 59 and has saved $16,000 for retirement. Not because he couldn't save more, but because he always pushed it off until next year. Now he's talking to a financial planner trying to figure out how to save enough for retirement. Planner told him to buy a lottery ticket. I was gonna bring up sugar. Most people don't realize the vast quantities that they put in their bodies. I never used to pay attention, and then I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes last summer. Ironically, it's the kind that just kind of happens and has nothing to do with diet or lifestyle. Now that I have to pay attention to how much sugar I consume, it struck me how willing people are to get 34 ounces sodas and then go back to refills, when just one of those bad boys is more carbs than I consume in an entire day. Of course, it's not as bad for normal people, but it's still incredibly unhealthy to consume satanic amounts of sugar.
Hey guys, much like you, I love reading people's stories on Ask Reddit. Unfortunately, there's a lot of weird middle school level, just thought experiment type hypotheticals like nice try Baskin Robbins. I don't find this compelling, so that's why I've made it my mission to trawl and crawl through Ask Reddit and find the very best content and put it in your ears. That's why I'm begging you, like and subscribe. If there's anything I can do to help you out, give you the kind of content that you crave to help you get through your workday, let me know in a comment, but please like and subscribe.
Lack of touch human contact. It's a huge problem, especially in Western society. Not even talking like incel can't get laid shut. I mean, there are millions of people who go days on end without a face-to-face conversation with someone, and even basic touch like a handshake or hug for weeks. Humans are inherently social creatures. Touch releases relaxing brain chemicals and increases empathy. Lack of touch can cause anxiety and depression, which in turn cause a whole host of physical issues, including weakening of the heart and brain. Touch can also help increase social cues awareness. Go get a 10 massage in those chairs at the mall, hug your parents and siblings, hell, even just pat your friends on the back every so often. Just be sure to shower regularly, and remember, no always means no. It's the kind of problem that compounds on itself. Early on, bad hygiene doesn't cause much more than the occasional cavity and bad breath. As cavities are filled, they first drill out a section of the tooth, weakening it. Pretty soon you end up with cavities more and more easily. Later you get a cavity on that same tooth, and now there's not enough structure left to drill and fill, so you end up with a crown. Crowns aren't permanent. They last around a decade on average depending on factors, but eventually develop tiny fissures and need to be replaced. Of course, cavities can still occur under the crown at the gum line or at those fissures. You'll have to get your crown replaced eventually. They cost around $1,000 each. Dental insurance tends to max at $1,500 per year, and crowns aren't fully covered. Now, if you leave your cavity untreated, it will quickly enough need to be a root canal. Take all the fun and cost of a crown and double it because you're getting a crown to go with that root canal. But let's say you take the convenient and cheaper option and your dentist screws it up, and they definitely do. More on this later. A fix is going to end up one of four things. Option 1 is they can redo the RC if they can get the root fillers out and drill the part of root they missed. These are often plastic and tiny, in your tooth roots, remember, so this might not work. Option 2 is remove the tooth and leave it empty. Option 3 is a fake tooth, which requires implanting a titanium screw, waiting for bone to grow around it over months, then attaching the fake. Another couple $1,000 for this option. 4 is an apicoectomy, where they cut a flap of your gum back, drill into the jaw, and fill the root from there. 3-4K USD. Dentists screw root canals up because they have less experience and worse tools. Probably less training too. They often lack the high power scopes to properly check that a root has been removed and rely on their less viable rays. If you need an RC, see an endodontist. They do mostly root canals every day. So those few fillings you start with as a kid quickly ramp up to major dental work if you keep the same habits. It's hard to appreciate just how fast and problematic it is unless you experience it firsthand. Have you brushed and flossed yet? Smile, for real. My friend was very dumb with money and payday loans, and he ended up leasing a new car and a new truck for some dumb fucking reason and being put in disability for a few months, not his fault, so he got behind on his payments. He is 22 and $100K in debt now. I told him from before he made the decision to not lease 2 new cars, and go for a $5,000 beat-up car instead. He is having a really hard time now. My dad traveled a lot when I was a kid, and he once said he regrets not having been able to be around more. I told him I actually don't remember his absences at all. I just remember all the times he played with us. When he was home, he was incredibly involved and doting. Hearing that made him happy. Play with your kids, people. Husband and I were together all 4 years of college, living in dorms, moved in together after graduation and got married a year later. Even that far into a serious relationship, we had what must be typical disagreements and negotiations about cleaning, dinners, grocery shopping, etc. I can't imagine how stressful that would be on a fledgling relationship. Exactly this. Tinnitus is going to be a problem of our generation with all the loud concerts and festivals. I have custom-made earplugs. They might be a hefty upfront investment if you don't see why you need them, but they are so worth it. I once mixed a metal show without earplugs and had a bad case of beeping for 3 days. When you try to sleep at night and there is no other noise, the beep just gets louder and louder until it is deafening. I started to understand why people have committed suicide because of tinnitus. Take care of your ears, people. Music and sounds are wonderful things. Make sure you can enjoy them until your old age. My ex didn't brush his teeth. I didn't notice at first, or maybe he made an effort to at the start of our relationship, but about a year and I had to have a really awkward conversation with him about it because I just couldn't kiss him anymore, or sleep facing him. I think if you don't have a daily routine, and throw in some depression, I can see how it's easy not to look after your teeth. That was me for years. I knew I should have been putting in, they matched dollar for dollar, but I was barely surviving pay to pay. Having another $100 taken off each pay would have meant I couldn't keep the lights on, or put food in the fridge. Sucked, knowing I was fucking over my future to survive in the present.
Do you have any idea how convenient it is to use a Keurig machine for brewing coffee or tea? Personally, I gave up coffee a long time ago, but I was able to get a great, delicious cup of coffee in just seconds with no cleanup, no extra work, using a Keurig machine and a K-cup. And now I use my Keurig machine to brew tea, loose leaf tea, every day that I drink. And I also use it to make oatmeal and, anything else that you can put hot water into. So if you don't have a Keurig machine in your house, you're missing out. Try my affiliate link below in the description of the video, and you too can enjoy a great cup of coffee in seconds, any time of day.
I remember picking up my son from kindergarten and they had made some paintings. All the kids were so proud and showed us their work. One of the moms didn't even look at their kid's painting and just said, "Well, the trash is due tomorrow anyway." The kid looked like it had been hit in the face. Well, the mom actually one of those super moms who saw her kid more like some kind of project. To be honest, it was the switch from working only half a job while I was on my PhD to getting a fully qualified full-time job. But yeah, it was amazing. 4 years later I still look at the first luxury expense of my life, which I bought with my own money with joy every morning. Sorry for the spelling. Not a native English speaker and sitting on the train. So I have to concentrate on orthography badly and sometimes fail at it. Feeding your kids healthy food. Don't get them addicted to sugar. I know kids are brats who want cookies always, but you're the adult, make them eat broccoli or some fucking strawberries sometimes. My mom dismissed me as picky at a young age and just let me get my own food, and obviously I just got fruit roll-ups and Pop-Tarts, and now I have health issues and a sugar addiction. At least I was never allowed to drink soda, though. I'd like to clarify that I am still picky, and you can be picky and still be healthy. I hate shrimp, I will never let a shrimp touch my mouth. In fact, all seafood is pretty cursed for me, lol. I don't like sandwiches, I prefer eating it all separately. The only barbecue sauce I like is the sugar-free one my mom buys, etc., but there are no necessary nutrients in those things that aren't present in anything else. So keep that in mind. Not all picky eaters are doomed to live horrible unhealthy lives forever, and I don't agree with forcing the pickiness out of your child unless it's dangerous. Hey, I just did. I buy a bunch and freeze them. Then if I'm craving something sweet after dinner I have some frozen berries to nibble on. Works wonders. AMD keeps me from buying junk food. I'm going to use the word nibble as often as possible on Reddit now just for the sweet karma. Remember, you heard it here first. No. I noticed my typo originally. AMD, I'm just going to own it. Edit 3. Nibble. Nibbly niblets. Nibblers. Nibbly. Love me some nibbling. Primary care doctor checking in. Just drink as much water as you feel like, extra hydration won't help except for UTI prevention. Blueberries taste nice, but they're no superfood. But exercise. Holy shit, exercise. So amazing. You have no idea. Exercise is the magic bullet. If I could put it in a pill, I'd be so damn rich. Even a small amount of exercise significantly reduces your lifetime risk of stroke, heart attack, cancer, diabetes, osteoporosis, gallstones, depression, and just about anything else that's bad. It will improve not only your muscle and bone strength, but also your memory, cognitive speed and emotional well-being. It will provide lifelong protection against cognitive impairment and dementia. It will clean cholesterol from your arteries, and fix your blood pressure. It will even make you more attractive, and improve your sex life in just about every possible way. 150 minutes a week is a good goal, and just do whatever form of exercise you enjoy the most. In fact, you could get all the benefits of exercise if you just started jumping on the spot. Right now. Like while you're reading this. Go. Also veggies. They are so good for you. Eat them, eat as much as you can with every meal. Run to your nearest salad shop and order one right now. Go go go. My wife and I got a dog because her sister got a super cute puppy. In college. My Sil had no idea what she was in for, and we ended up watching the dog for extended periods over the next year. When she graduated, she gave the dog away and the new owner had trouble keeping up with the exercise needs of the dog. We found the dog in an online ad and took ownership of him for good. He's been the best pain in the ass I have ever known, taking care of their backs. There's nothing funny about a fucked up back. Lift with your knees, damn it. Sorry, I meant bend your knees, don't bend at the waist. All the other advice below is correct as well. Don't twist, use your entire body core, get help for heavy or awkward things, etc. Didn't see it posted, but antibiotic use. I know you're feeling better, but you have to finish the entire dose. So many people only take them until they feel better and then stop. Worst of all, some parents give them to their kids, stop once they're getting better and save the rest of the doses for next time another child. Pretty dangerous game they're playing, as whatever the antibiotic was killing can develop a resistance to it and come back a lot stronger. Hearing. Wear hearing protection if you go to live shows, people. I wear mine all the friggin' time. I have a tiny amount of tinnitus in my left ear. It comes from 3 concerts that happened close to 5 years ago. Look after your ears, don't listen to music too loud if using earphones. Safe sex. I don't care how much you think your new boyfriend girlfriend loves you, wear protection until you can be sure they ain't about to give you a gift that keeps on giving. I dodged a bullet with my ex who ended up with herpes. We had been together 5 years, then one day she accuses me of cheating. I deny it, since I hadn't fucked around, and ask why she's so adamant that I cheated. She told me, so I asked who she's been fucking recently, and then the waterworks started. That shit could have changed my life, just because of trusting the wrong person. Also, if you can't afford condoms, you're probably not financially stable enough to support a kid either. I just want to clarify something quick. When I said change my life, I was saying that because if I had ended up with any STD, the mother of my 2 beautiful children never would have given me the time of day, and my life would be so remarkably different right now because of that fact. I was not trying to say that herpes or any STD is a death sentence, or that it is something that needs to be shunned or is something like leprosy. I was just saying that it would have severely changed my path from that point on, and the chance of me having my 2 beautiful children right now would be non-existent. After I broke things off with the ex for cheating on me, more than once I found out, I got tested for everything possible at my local Planned Parenthood and was given a clean bill of health.
Did you know that when you drink tea from a tea bag, especially a cheap tea bag, you are exposing yourself to microplastics greater in quantity than from any other source? Microplastics are the #1 health risk of our generation, and they will have unknown consequences on future generations. So, if you value your health, destroy your tea bags. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy great tea. I'm going to post affiliate links for my own homebrew loose leaf tea concoction that I drink every single day. It has no microplastics, and it honestly tastes better than tea from a tea bag ever did. So be sure to click the links below and get on the loose leaf tea train to avoid poisoning yourself and your children.
And it's really not hard. You don't have to make your kids' childhood magical like you see supermoms do on Pinterest and Facebook. Just be there. Respond to their dumb questions and react when they show you their new trick. Just being present is 90% of. I know it's been said too many times to count, but sexual abuse allegations. Especially those from children. A child I know personally tried to talk to some adults about it recently, and her parents were the only people who took her seriously. The rest of the family basically said she was a liar. They even tried to list other times she has told a lie as proof. She is 5. Teenagers. Being around a kid as they grow up, it's pretty easy to write off their emotional outbursts. Once those kids get into their teens, probably even before that, honestly, the things they get upset over, even if they seem inane and silly to adults, can genuinely, deeply matter to them. Usually one would say that time is short, but on the other hand people tend to forget that an average life of 80 years is very long. People expect to be rich, married and have children by the age of 30, what are you going to do for the other 50, which is almost double that? If you marry someone at 20, can you really expect to be with them for 60 more years, which is 3 times longer that you've been alive? Time is vast, be patient and take your time, but don't waste it, driving while really tired. Many people don't take it seriously, even though it can be just as dangerous as driving drunk. I learned my lesson when I nodded off for a second at the wheel and my car ended up in a small ditch. Luckily the small highway was empty and nobody was hurt, but it really opened my eyes as to how dangerous it is.
Do you have any idea how convenient it is to use a Keurig machine for brewing coffee or tea? Personally, I gave up coffee a long time ago, but I was able to get a great, delicious cup of coffee in just seconds with no cleanup, no extra work, using a Keurig machine and a K-cup. And now I use my Keurig machine to brew tea, loose leaf tea, every day that I drink. And I also use it to make oatmeal and, anything else that you can put hot water into. So if you don't have a Keurig machine in your house, you're missing out. Try my affiliate link below in the description of the video, and you too can enjoy a great cup of coffee in seconds any time of day.